There's a moment in the morning, before the day fully begins, when everything is quiet, not just around you, but inside you. You open your eyes. The light is soft. The room is familiar. Nothing has changed. And yet, something feels slightly different. You don't move right away, not because you're tired, not because anything hurts, but because something in your body is waiting. You notice it, and then you almost ignore it. That small pause, before you sit up, that gentle hesitation, before the day starts moving again. It's subtle, so subtle that most people never think about it twice. But it's there, and if you pay attention, it's been there for a while. That feeling that your body is no longer rushing to follow your intention. It doesn't resist you. It just asks for a second. And then you move anyway. You begin your day, like you always have. But what if that moment wasn't random? What if it was the very first message your body sends you, every single morning? Because over time, something begins to change. Not in a way that feels dramatic, not in a way that stops you, but in a way that quietly shifts how your body works with you. It doesn't hurt, but it feels different. You notice it, and then you ignore it. And then it happens again the next day, and the next. Not as a warning, but as a pattern. If you're someone who wants to understand these small changes in a way that feels calm, simple, and real, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because sometimes the smallest awareness is what keeps you steady the longest. There's something important to understand. Your body is not becoming weaker. It's becoming more careful, more precise, more selective about how it moves, especially in the morning, when everything is resetting. Because after a night of rest, your body doesn't jump straight into motion anymore. It prepares, it checks, it makes sure everything is aligned before you begin. And those checks show up as small pauses, small hesitations, small moments where your body asks for just a little more time. The first one happens before you even leave your bed. You're awake, your eyes are open, you take a breath, and then you get ready to sit up. But something holds you there, just for a second. It's not discomfort, it's not confusion, it's coordination. Inside your body, your balance system is waking up. Your inner ear, which helps you stay upright, is recalibrating after lying still. Your blood flow is adjusting, preparing to move from horizontal to vertical. Your muscles are activating, one layer at a time. All of that happens before you even move. And when you rush past it, you feel it. Maybe a slight lightness in your head. Maybe a moment where the room doesn't feel fully steady. Not enough to alarm you, but enough to notice. Eleanor, who is 74, lives in a small home she's cared for over many years. She's always been independent, quick in her movements. But recently, mornings started to feel different. She would sit up like she always had. And for just a moment, she felt slightly off balance. It passed quickly, so she ignored it. Until one morning, she didn't. She opened her eyes and stayed still, just 2 seconds longer than usual. She placed her hand gently beside her, took a breath, and then slowly sat up. And something changed. That unsettled feeling didn't appear. Not because it disappeared, but because she gave her body the time it needed. So here's something simple. Before you sit up in the morning, pause. 2 seconds. Feel your breath. Let your body come with you, instead of pulling it forward. It seems small, but over time, it changes how your whole day begins, and it makes you wonder, how many times have you been moving, just slightly ahead of your own body? The next moment comes when your feet meet the floor. It's such a familiar action. You hardly think about it. You swing your legs over, your feet touch the ground, and for a brief moment, you don't move. Not because you're deciding anything, but because something inside you is sensing. Your feet are your connection to the ground. They send information upward about pressure, about stability, about where your body is in space. And after 65, those signals are still strong, but they're more deliberate, more careful. They take just a fraction longer to become clear. George, who is 69, used to get out of bed and walk straight across the room without a second thought. But lately, his first step felt just slightly uncertain, not painful, not unstable, just not as automatic. One morning, he paused. He looked down, not out of worry, but out of awareness. He felt the floor under his feet, waited 3 seconds, and then stepped. And that step felt different, more grounded, more certain. So here's a small shift. When your feet touch the floor in the morning, don't move right away. Let your body register the ground. Let the signal travel. Then step. It takes only a few seconds, but it allows your body to align before you move forward. And slowly, your steps begin to feel like yours again. The next moment is easy to miss. It happens when you walk into a space where the light hasn't fully settled yet. A bathroom, a hallway, a quiet corner of your home. Your eyes are still adjusting. The light is softer or dimmer, and you turn slightly to reach for something. But your body hesitates, just a little. That hesitation isn't weakness. It's your visual system and your balance system trying to agree. Your eyes are telling your brain one thing. Your inner sense of position is telling it another. And it takes a second to bring those together. Marilyn, who is 76, enjoys slow mornings. She doesn't rush to turn on every light. She likes the quiet. But one morning, she turned quickly toward the sink and felt a small shift in her balance. Nothing serious, just enough to make her pause. After that, she changed something simple. She stopped at the doorway, just for a moment. Let her eyes adjust, then moved, and everything felt smoother. So here's something to try. When you enter a dim space in the morning, pause for 2 seconds. Let your eyes catch up. Let your body understand the space, then move. Because sometimes, clarity doesn't come instantly, and your body knows that, even if your habits don't. Another moment happens when you reach for something simple, a cup, a handle, a toothbrush. You extend your hand, and for a brief second, it doesn't feel as exact as it used to. Not wrong, just slightly off. That's not loss, that's adjustment. Your brain is still sending the signal. Your hand is still responding, but the movement is now more refined, more careful, more aware of space. Thomas, who is 71, noticed this while making his morning coffee. He reached for his mug and lightly tapped it before fully gripping it. At first, he thought it was a mistake, but then he realized his hand was correcting itself in real time. After that, he slowed down just slightly. He looked at what he was reaching for, moved with intention, and the movement became smooth again. So here's a quiet habit. When you reach for something in the morning, let your eyes guide your hand. Slow the movement just enough to feel the contact. Then hold. That small awareness restores precision. And over time, your movements feel more natural again, because your body isn't losing control. It's asking for cooperation. There's also a moment when you turn your body, maybe in the kitchen, maybe in a narrow space. You pivot, like you always have. But something feels just slightly delayed. Your body follows, but not instantly. That delay is your brain organizing movement differently. Instead of one quick motion, it now sequences it, step by step, which is safer, if you allow it. Patricia, who is 73, noticed this when turning near her kitchen counter. She used to pivot quickly. Now, she turns a little wider, a little slower, and she feels more stable because of it. So here's a simple shift. When you turn in the morning, let your feet lead, then let your body follow. Instead of twisting all at once, it feels slower, but it's actually smoother and far more secure. And it invites a quiet question. What if this new way of moving is actually your body's smarter way? Then comes walking. Those first few steps of the day. They seem unimportant, but they set the rhythm for everything that follows. And sometimes, they feel just slightly uneven. Not enough to stop you, but enough to notice. Your stride isn't off, it's recalibrating. Your body is finding its balance, in motion. Walter, who is 77, walks every morning. But he noticed something. The first few steps always felt different from the rest. Until one day, he slowed them down. Just the first 5 steps. He felt each foot, each shift of weight, and something changed. After those 5 steps, everything flowed naturally. So here's something simple. Give your first 5 steps your full attention. Feel each one. Don't rush. Let your body find its rhythm, and once it does, it carries you forward. Finally, there's balance. Not when everything is predictable, but when something small changes unexpectedly. A slight lean, a quick reach, a shift you didn't plan, and your body responds. But maybe just a little slower than before. That's not failure, that's caution. Your reflexes are still there. They're just choosing safety over speed. Helen, who is 78, noticed this when reaching for a towel one morning. She leaned slightly and had to steady herself. Not a fall, not even close, but a signal. After that, she changed one thing. She grounded herself first, then reached, and everything felt more secure. So here's the final habit. Before you shift your balance, pause. Feel both feet. Feel where your weight is. Then move. 1 second. That's all it takes. And it allows your body to respond with confidence. Because your body isn't reacting late. It's reacting carefully. And when you understand that, you stop rushing it. You begin to work with it. And that changes everything. So as you move through your mornings, not the big actions, but the small ones, the pauses, the hesitations, the quiet adjustments, remember this. Your body is not working against you. It is working for you, protecting you, guiding you, asking for just a little more awareness than it used to. And if you give it that awareness, you don't lose independence. You extend it. You don't become limited. You become more precise, more grounded, more in control, in a different way. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't rush. Notice the pause. Feel your feet. Let your eyes adjust. Take your first steps with intention. And for just a moment, be present with your body, because it has been speaking to you every day, quietly, consistently, waiting for you to listen. If any of these moments felt familiar to you, I'd love to hear your experience. You're not alone in these small changes, and sharing them helps others feel that too. Thank you for being here, truly. And as you move into your next morning, may your steps feel steady, your movements feel natural, and may you always feel safe within your own body.